Hey guys, it's Michelle Patterson with Angel Souls, and this is your weekly Angel Oracle card reading for the week beginning November 17th, 2014. Hi guys, I'm going to be talking here for just a few minutes in the beginning because I have some announcements. If you want to skip ahead to the reading, go right ahead. But the first thing I want to say is congratulations to my friend Diana Rankin. She's the author of The Found Child, which is now available on Amazon. It's no easy feat to get a spiritual fiction book. This isn't her first book in total. She's written other books, but this is the first novel that she's done. So I will put all that down below in the description box so you can go check it out yourself. And to that end, I put on Facebook, Diana and I were chatting about, oh, the book is out, yay, and all this good stuff. And she had some great thoughts, and we started to think that maybe we're not alone. Maybe we're not the only ones who write spiritual fiction who are having a hard time getting published. It's what I do too, and I worked in publishing for over 6 years. I'm close to the high-level people, or used to be close to the high-level people there. And, they have their own challenges, and not a lot of people are wanting to take sort of the financial risk on a book like this. So I'm thinking about doing a subdivision of Angel Souls and maybe calling it Writer Souls or something like that, but just creating a forum where spiritual writers can come, and if you're sort of in that place too where you're going to be forced to self-publish because nobody wants to take a chance on you, you can perhaps meet up with freelance editors, artists, designers, what have you, okay? And everybody can sort of be paired off and matched up. And of course, if you're out there and you're a freelance editor and you want to look for some work, this might be the kind of place you could come and actually work on a really great project that you might not otherwise get exposed to. Also, if you are an agent or a publisher out there and you're just really hungry for something a little deeper, this would be a great place for you to find authors. And quite frankly, just in the community of writers that I know, we either don't take a chance in trying to go mainstream with our work, or, we do what we can to play the game and get our books to you by writing a query letter that you'll actually read, right? And I think sometimes these spiritual writers will sort of water down what their book is just to fit in. This is a way for you to find the raw work, and there's no game playing here, or at least I'll make sure there is no game playing. So everyone's just going to be very honest and very forthright about what their book is, so it's not going to be metaphysical fiction that you're trying to pass off as magical realism, that sort of thing. Okay, so there's that. The third thing I want to say before we get into the reading, we're almost there. I got a beautiful gift from Michelle Newton, and here it is. She sent me the physical version of her deck, which was so beautiful and so kind. Thank you, Michelle. It's the Angel Feather Oracle, and if you watched my video reviewing some of the Oracle decks, or just talking about Oracle decks, I had the app version of this, and I talked about that. And by the way, it is available on Android. Somebody asked me that, and I wasn't sure. Yes, it is. And yeah, so she so kindly sent me the physical version, and that's what we're going to use for this week's reading. So let's get going here. I did shuffle a little bit before the video. Let's get tuned in here. Let's see what's coming up. First card up, Red Angel Feather. It says, take action now. Okay. The angels advise that that a project or idea that you have been working on is finally nearing the point of transformation. Oh, that's so funny. For writers out there, we're just talking about like, hey, let's all get together and be a support system for one another and try to get information to people who want it. Here you go. This is the week to really start planting that seed and start taking action. They're saying you don't have to force a conclusion this week, but you need to get the wheel turning. Right, so they're saying an action step can be very small. For some reason, I don't know why this is coming up, but like health is coming up. So this might be a really good week to just take one small step towards taking very good care of yourself, or starting an exercise routine, or, if you have been wanting to write a book or something like that, we'll just stay with that example. Get out a piece of paper, write 2 sentences, go get your paints. Put some paint on a canvas, okay? It doesn't have to be completely done. You just have to step in and get it going. And there is this uplifting feeling that I'm getting with this. It's sort of like let me just get the full message here. The things that you've wanted to break open and you wanted that first leap into something new, it could happen this week. And there's this, like I said, this joyful kind of feeling around it as well. Okay, this is cool. It's teal angel feather. The answer is yes. The angels have heard your question and the answer is definitely yes. So whatever you've been wondering, whatever's been on your mind, the answer is yes. Yes, go after your dreams. Yes, go ahead and start that thing that you've been putting off for forever. Now's the time. Now's the time. And I think we're actually out of Mercury retrograde shadow finally. I don't know. Again, check with the astrologers. I am not an astrologer, but just double check me on that. But I think the feeling is definitely like, literally, they keep showing me a wheel that just slowly starts going, but that's just enough to make you feel really uplifted and really in tune with. It feels very creative. We say that all the time, though, right? This is you guys taking chances this week. So if you're in sort of like a traditional 9-to-5 job and you work for maybe a corporation and you have been wanting to go and approach your boss about some new ideas, especially this feels, maybe you can go ask for a raise or something like that. Yeah, that feels like positive movement, but this is more about creating something new for yourself that helps you get into the new chapter or the next chapter of your life and helps you get going on your dreams. Yeah, definitely. Hang on a second. Let me just get this. It's almost like, I don't want to call it payoff time, because that's going to make you think like, oh, all my wishes are coming true, and like here they are, just sort of dumped on me. It's not so much that, but this is almost like you recapturing a youthful feeling by going and taking these chances and finally taking what you want, kind of thing. All right, light blue angel feather. Break the silence. The angels would like to assist you with sensitive communication that is required at this moment in time. Yeah, so maybe it is talking to that boss about the raise, but this is about if you have tension between you or somebody else, and you want to find, and it's been driving you nuts. Like if it's something like, well, I had tension with that person and it's over and you're over it, okay, fine, then move on. But this is that thing where you've just held something in and you really want to bring it out. This is not, they're definitely saying this is not giving you permission to go and try to make something worse. It's not about that. This feels like old hurts, maybe even, or losing touch with somebody, like those kinds of things. And it can be something as simple as just like sending an email or sending a text or something like that. Of course, they're saying this feels written because Gabriel's coming here, and Gabriel's all about communication. Well, I was meditating with Gabriel too. That might be why he's hanging around. But this feels like there's a buffer for breaking the silence. So it may not be a phone call. Phone calls, especially in this day and age, we see phone calls as being very invasive, right? Because the phone rings, you got to stop everything and answer it, right? Or something like that. But this feels more like there's a buffer. So it's like communicating through a medium. So email, text, not voice to voice, not face to face. You're just breaking the silence, all right? And trying to get the door open for deeper communication. This is a week. Again, guys, it's so cool. It's like the wheel just, whatever's been rusted and not moving, it's cracking and it's going. All right, so this might have been really old things that for years you just never talked about, or you never went through it, or what have you. You're going to see some movement this week. It's awesome. I love this deck. It is so cool. Rainbow Angel Feather, a special blessing. With immense excitement, the angels announce that you are to receive a special blessing. Angelic joy will radiate to you through this blessing. Rainbow, that reminds me of like rainbow body. So this feels, yeah, taking this step is not something that you would have normally done in the past. So this breaking the silence, going after, taking action and going after something that you really want, or opening up a door for communication with somebody, you might have to admit that you were wrong. You might have to just come right out and say, I'm insecure about that. Or I felt very vulnerable back then, and that's why I acted the way that I did. There's a blessing in this. First of all, it's a release, yes, but there's a blessing in that, because you can be that person that opens up and is very honest. You're not only getting honest with yourself, but in someone outside of you, but this is getting you to a new level of maturity. It's getting you to a new level of understanding about yourself, which in turn raises your frequency. It's very complicated, but it's beautiful. Let me just look at this all over again, because I want to get the full story. Yeah, you can't hang on to things anymore. And I know with these readings, people like to take the guidance and assign it to, you know, love life or business, and we totally get that. We totally get that. And they're saying there is some element to that. But if you guys, you know, in this past week, it was all about that soulmate energy. If you've shut out somebody because you knew they were bringing you a lesson, I'm going down this road, it's time to go back and open that back up and finally get the lesson done. There's one example. And if you are going to assign this guidance to like love life or career, this actually shows you, okay, you're opening your heart and pouring your heart out to somebody. That might be more of an example for love, or you're standing up and knowing how to be powerful in a beautiful and non-threatening way. Yeah. So if you're going after something in business that you really want, you don't want to go march it into the boss's office and be like, I deserve this. You guys have always treated me badly, and da 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 da. It's not like that. It's just sort of, here are these great ideas. I think there's a lot of room for growth in this area, and I would like to be in charge of it. And here's why I would be good for this. It's a great week, guys. It's a great energy. I'm really excited to hear what's happening for you. So keep me posted. But don't go away. Not yet, because we have the color card for this week. Back in a second. And we're back. Here we go. The Secret Language of Color Cards by Anna Segal. That's what we are going to be using, like we have made a tradition of each week. So let's see what color we should be bringing into our life for this week to help us along these great moments that we're going to be having. Apricot. Rejoice and laugh. The number is 20. You know immediately what is coming in. Stuff that you've been hanging on to, once you finally break it open and you look at it, they're saying there's a sense of realizing that you're all human. There's a little bit of that, and there's a lot to laugh at there. This feels like you might start learning where a lot of miscommunication has occurred, and someone might come out of like nowhere and say something to you, well, I thought it was like this, and it's going to be so off the wall and so ridiculous you can't help but laugh at it, you know, and like, oh my goodness, that's, you know, you thought that, oh, that was so not the case, oh my goodness, it was this, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah. And they're calling my attention to this flower and how open it is and how it's sort of multi-layered and textured. The situation is complicated and there are layers to it and it's multi-textured, you know, I mean, but it's going to open and you're going to see it, and you're going to see that even for all the pieces come together to form something beautiful, and you will walk away feeling so healed and so at peace finally with whatever this is for you, that will be definitely something to celebrate and rejoice. All right, guys? So there it is. Have a beautiful week. Report back, and I'll see you next week. Bye.